Welcome, everyone. The fundamentals to gain inner peace. Here we are, another Wednesday night with your host, Coach Menachem. And yes, we're on this journey for a while. Tonight we're doing class number 70. So yes, for the first timers, the recordings are available. You can go to menachembernfeld.com. In the top left, get the recordings of the past 70 Wednesday nights and join us on this journey. There will be probably ideas that you'll hit tonight that you're not going to be sure what it's all about, but try to take it in, and then eventually, slowly, you get the idea. So starting off with our weekly sponsor, OK Clarity is the platform, top-notch therapist, coach, and nutritionist. If you're looking for any, go to okclarity.com. They have over there vetted professionals and extensive experience working with Jewish community, and you can find me there also. And if you're in the market for a therapist, coach, or the like, or if you are a wellness professional looking to get more online exposure, that's the place to be. So go check it out. That's okclarity.com. And you can join their WhatsApp status at 917-426-1495. That's 917-426-1495. Okay, so tonight we're continuing the journey. Observe and breathe to become aware of what's going on. So that's part of observing what we learned and discussed last week, to be able to see where am I, especially if you're on this journey now for a while. If you're on this journey and you're joining us on the Wednesday nights, listening to these ideas to see if you're actually applying or maybe not, but just to become aware and observe. Whatever it is, whether it's at work, at home, it's a skill to be able to zoom out and look as an outsider. What does it look like? It's like looking at yourself. What's going on? What am I feeling? What am I thinking? Observing. Observing is a skill because usually we think it's us, so we get caught up. But if we can take a few minutes and sit on the side and look at ourselves, like we said, imagine looking inside a window. Imagine you're outside the house, looking inside the glass window, seeing yourself. What's going on? Just becoming aware. And especially I like to use it on these ideas to see if you actually apply what we're learning, whether it's self-care that we discussed, how it's a challenge to be vulnerable. Where do I need to be vulnerable? And it's hard for me. And even if you see yourself, let's say you say, no, I'm here, I'm listening to these classes every Wednesday night. I really enjoy them, but I don't apply anything. That's an awareness. That's fine. Just to become aware, even to see that, to observe that is important. So what should I do about it? So we're not discussing that now. First, to observe. That means you can listen to things, and it's hard for you to take that action, to take that first step, which is beautiful, just to see where you are. This is where I am, this is what I feel. It's hard for me to take that step. Okay, beautiful. Or it could be you're learning new ideas and you're applying small things. I'm taking care of myself, small things that I enjoy. And I believe I deserve to be taken care of, like we discussed past few weeks. Or it's hard. I understand the ideas, I like them, but it's hard for me to take care of myself. I know I need to be taken care of. Again, not by somebody else, by myself, whether it's taking walks, maybe it's listening to music, whatever those small things in every area that I need some help, whether it's work, just to take care of myself. give myself what I need so that I can be there, be in a healthy state. Especially now, talking about Pesach, becoming aware of how do I feel? What are my plans? What are my fears? Maybe some trauma, maybe some beliefs that you picked up. Going to your in-laws, or maybe they're coming to you. What does it look like? It's just looking, seeing what's going on. Becoming aware of how I feel, what my thoughts are. Many of you mentioned, and again, thank you for the feedback. You start doing these things, you try, it works for a week or two, and then you stop. Okay, that's an awareness. That's also, you got to celebrate that you've done it. You did it once or twice, beautiful, and now you want to do it again. Yes, it's hard. To change, do things different, it takes work. But to be okay. Don't judge yourself, don't knock yourself. It's okay where I am. Yes, I want to make some changes. I'm working on it. And it's slow, but it's still okay. Other ideas that we've learned in the past. Are there anything in my day that I'm excited about? I wake up in the morning, looking forward. And many people that I ask them tell me one or two things that you enjoy, that you're in the middle of doing, you're looking forward, you want to continue. And they look at me like I fell from the moon. I don't know what you're talking about. Even people who are successful, they work, they're home, they're doing what they need to do every day, the same thing. But I want to hear something. You have a reason to go to sleep because I need to get up early. Many people, the only reason why they have to get up is because they need to be at work on time. That's the only reason I get up in the morning. But if I wouldn't have to be at work, I would stay in bed. Well, that tells me a little bit of what's going on. How do you feel? So it doesn't have to be big things, something really excited, but it's just to see, do I have a passion? What are those feelings? We've discussed many of us are shut down. So Menachem, when you talk about feelings, I'm not sure what you mean. What do you mean feelings? Okay, that's an awareness. Do you wake up in the morning and before you start your day, do you set your intention? Something that we've discussed in the past. Do you set your intention the way you want your day to look like? Sit down for a few minutes and say, this is what I want from today. Hashem, please help me. And you could visualize it with a positive outlook, the way you want it to look. Or before you know it, it's the middle of the day already, and you didn't eat breakfast. Things just happen. So then who is in control? Probably the routine, the past many years. Things probably won't change. It is what it is. It's just realizing, if you want to make those small changes, you have to sit down and breathe, relax, observe what's going on. Yes, it's possible to set your intention. Will that make a difference? Let's find out. Try it out. Visualize your day on a positive note. Visualize your day doing the work you need to do, feeling good about it with the coworkers or at home or wherever it is. Just those positive ideas. See it happen, and then see if it unfolds or not. Someone told me, interesting, he mentioned to me that he had a dream and he saw himself unsuccessful. So I asked him, was it different? Was your dream different than what you see by day when you're up? And he said, no, it was pretty much the same. So I asked him, what would your dream look like if you would be successful? And he had a hard time seeing what would his dream look like, or what does he look like when he's surrounded with success. So he wasn't sure. So basically the message is that if you want to see something, feel, you have to be able to see it. What does it look like? If you don't know what success looks like, then how do you know if you're successful? Or how do you know where you want to be, how you want to feel? So, like we mentioned in the past, again, you can actually paint your picture. Take that paintbrush and paint, set your intention. There are people who struggle because they never really felt successful. And that's a question. Where does that come from? What does success mean? And what are your beliefs about yourself? But it's interesting, like, to see if some people, they don't realize, when they wake up, they don't know what they dream. But many times you wake up from a dream and it's what we think by day. Now you might tell me, wait, I don't think about that by day. So here we are with the subconscious. It could be consciously you don't think about it, but subconsciously, if you're not connected to it, you might not even be aware of it. It's possible that you do feel unsuccessful subconsciously. And then when we sleep, our conscious is sleeping and our subconscious is having dreams. So another way how to see, what am I thinking, how am I feeling about myself by day, if you can see what you dream at night. And for those who don't remember their dreams, so try out this exercise, have a pen and paper right next to your bed. And usually you remember for a split second. Write down just an idea that you remember for a split second. Do that for a few days, and then you'll be surprised. Slowly, you'll be more aware of what you're thinking about when you're dreaming. You can always send the feedback. I would love to hear. Let me know what comes up. You can send it in to coachmenachem@gmail.com. But you become aware of interesting dreams, and then you might tell me, but it has no connection to what I'm thinking by day. So it's something we can discuss. But again, setting our intention. What do I want my day to look like? How would I want it to look? And to believe that it's possible, to believe that I deserve, and to actually spend a few minutes observing, visualizing that, and then, say a tefillah to Hashem, please help me, these things should work out, I'm working on this and this, please help me out. And then let's see what happens. But you have to be in that mode, that positive, when you go out and do the things. Another idea that we discussed was, do you listen to your inner child? We had a few classes of our inner child. We had the guided meditation to actually meet your inner child, which can be hard for people in the beginning. And then when you actually do meet that kid playing around, again, it might be in a positive mood, it might not be so excited to see you, which is also possible, but eventually to listen, and how to listen, what's it saying. So these are some ideas that we've covered, and what's important is to observe. Am I applying? Do I understand these ideas? What am I picking up? What's working? What's not? After you observe, you might meet yourself in a place where it's uncomfortable. And that's why we need to continue breathing, like we discussed. Continue breathing. A deep breath, you can relax. While doing these exercises, sometimes you meet, thoughts, different thoughts that you don't like. What should I do? So you might run away, but it's okay. Just continue, take a deep breath. Now, there's the two reasons for breathing. Number one is meeting discomfort. You meet yourself in a discomfort place, like we discussed. You're being vulnerable. Certain beliefs, ideas that you don't like, you might find yourself a certain area in your life that needs to change, you can't see that, you can't face reality. So it's very uncomfortable. But the only way how to eventually do something, or at least to be okay with what's going on, is to stay there, not run away, not escape. Right? So number one is when you meet yourself in that discomfort, to be able to continue breathing. And number two is in general, overall, which we started off, was we don't realize how we're in fight and flight. Constant fight and flight. And we're never in that relaxed state, which is really rest and digest. To be able to rest, your body needs to rest. And we discussed that's called the alpha states. Different brain waves. It's a different state. Now you might not be aware of it, and you might never be there, not understanding why do I need that. But we're basically like that rubber band that you're holding the whole time and stretching it a whole day, and your body is tense, even though you don't realize it. So to be able to have a few minutes a day to give your body some time to rest. And resting doesn't mean just sitting on the couch, because you might sit on the couch but be anxious in your mind with all these thoughts going on. So it's learning how to do deep breathing, really relax your body so that it can be in that state of the alpha states of resting and digesting, letting your body be. Somebody mentioned to me that they can tell a difference. Well, I guess it's after work. You can tell a difference of when you're talking to someone, standing next to someone, interacting, or when you're by yourself in the room. Could be for many people, you can see the difference. When you're interacting, you're talking to someone, you have to please or pretend or put up, make sure you say the right thing. You got to be a mensch. So there's a little bit of pressure over there. But when you finish and you go home, you go into your room, nobody's around, so you'd be, take a deep breath, relax. So you see that difference. Just a small example of seeing the difference in the body, how it feels, how it reacts, even though you might not be aware of it. So this is the two reasons to breathe. Number one, not to run away from our discomforts. And number two is that self-care that we need. Our body needs it. And after a while, if you don't do it, you think to yourself, why am I so tense? Why am I so worked up? Even if you're successful and things are working out, so from the outside it looks beautiful, but I don't feel good. And then physically you can feel it. Many people have physical illness. It's not really physical, coming from the pressure, from the stress. Again, that doesn't mean that pressure and stress, everybody has it. It's okay, the deadlines, Pesach is coming, it's fine. However, to be aware of it, how do I take it? And what do I do to counteract? Do I give myself time to relax? So that's basically the discussion tonight. To observe and to breathe. And even if all you pick up is this idea, it's a lot. And you can realize, many people try, but it's very hard. They just continue, whatever. Okay, I get the idea. Yeah, it's good, yeah. But I'm busy, I'm too busy. I don't have time, I can't. It's hard. And you could try it out, try with 5 minutes quiet time, see what comes up, thoughts. You can sit there and journal, write down the thoughts that you don't like, just write them down. Don't run out of the room, stay there for 5 minutes. That's about it. I would like to end tonight with a short relaxation, guided relaxation. And then if we have time, we'll open it up for questions. So here we go. Let's practice what we preach. Make yourself comfortable wherever you are. And if you're driving, don't do this, just you can listen. And take a deep breath, find a quiet place, make yourself comfortable. Now you can close your eyes or leave it open, whatever feels comfortable, and take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it for a few seconds. And then exhale through your mouth. Just feel relaxation. Take another deep breath in, filling up your lungs with fresh air. And then exhale slowly, feeling any tension or stress leaving your body. Now you continue breathing normally and focus on the sensation of air flowing in and out of your nose. Observe the rise and fall of your chest and abdomen with each breath in and out. As you inhale, imagine yourself breathing in calmness and relaxation. As you exhale, imagine yourself letting go of any stress or worries. Continue breathing slowly and deeply. And as you do, imagine a warm and soothing light spreading through your body from the top of your head down to the tips of your toes. Let this light relax any tense muscles and calm any racing thoughts. If your mind wanders, gently bring your attention back to your breath and the sensation of the air moving in and out of your body. Now take a final deep breath in and hold it again for a few seconds. And then exhale slowly. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and take a moment to notice how you feel. And you can carry this feeling, this relaxation and calmness with you. Wherever you go, you can take it along. And that's it. It's beautiful. Thank you very much for participating. Thank yourself for taking this time off. Any questions, you can raise your hands and I can open up so you can ask anything that you want to clarify, any ideas that you'd like to understand, or maybe different things that come up, different triggers. Okay, thank you very much. So here's an interesting idea. Yes, stress and overwhelm, like we mentioned. It's not that we're looking to sit and relax all day and not have any stress, because obviously if you're a busy person, there's a lot going on, there will be stress, yes. But the awareness itself takes away already 50%. If you're aware how you feel, you look at yourself and say, I'm so stressed, I'm so overwhelmed because of A, B, and C, or you might not know why, but if you can say those words, I am so overwhelmed, then you're being mindful, you're being present, you're aware of what's going on, and then automatically things change. You'll be a little bit more relaxed. You'll be able to focus, make better decisions, versus somebody who is running around overwhelmed and busy and overwhelmed and not being aware of it. Then the decisions they make, sometimes they make mistakes and they do things too fast because they're not aware of where they are. So that's what we're trying to figure out. We're trying to see ourselves. So that itself, if you see yourself where you are, it's fine. Eventually, you'll learn some techniques to relax and take care of yourself, which is amazing. But even before that, just to be aware of how I feel now. That's it. That's it. That's being very mindful. Here I am, and this is how I feel. Very good. Okay, thank you very much. Next week, Emet Hashem, we'll do the Zoom program on Tuesday night. I won't be available on Wednesday night, so we'll do it on Tuesday night. And if somebody's not available, we can always listen to the recordings. The recordings are available on menachembernfeld.com. On the top left, all the fundamentals to gain inner peace, all the Wednesday night Zoom classes are available over there. Any feedback is always welcome. Thank you for all of those that send feedback to coachmenachem@gmail.com. Thank you for joining. Have a good night and a good week. I'll see you next week, Tuesday.